the train will be rounding the world-famous Horseshoe Curve, constructed by the Pennsylvania Railroad between the years of 1848 and 1854. It took the railroad 6 long years to construct the curve using all manual labor, including mules, pickaxes, shovels, and black powder. Approximately 450 Irish and Italian immigrant workers constructed the curve using all manual labor. They were paid 25 cents an hour and they worked 12-hour days constructing the curve. The opening of the Horseshoe Curve was significant as it enabled the railroad to surmount the summit of the Allegheny Mountains, crossing over the Eastern Continental Divide through the tunnels at Gallitzin, which we just passed through a few minutes ago. This shortened the travel time between Philadelphia and Pittsburgh across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania from 7 days to approximately 15 hours. Currently, we're traversing the steepest grade on the entire Pittsburgh division, or 1.8% grade. Had the Horseshoe Curve not been built here, the grade would have been 5%, which is much too steep for train travel. As the train descends around the curve today, we'll drop 122 feet in elevation from one side of the curve to the other. During the golden age of railroading, the 1920s, 30s, and 40s, there were more than 48 passenger trains a day of the Pennsylvania Railroad's famous East-West Blue Ribbon fleet, including that world-famous train, the Broadway Limited, that passed around the curve each day as it traveled to and from New York and Chicago. During World War II, the Horseshoe Curve was placed under a 24-hour guard as it was learned that Nazi saboteurs had landed off the Atlantic coastline of the United States, intending to destroy several industrial sites in the United States and Canada. Number 8 on their list was the Horseshoe Curve. In 1966, the Horseshoe Curve was designated as a National Historic Landmark. Today, it continues to serve both the Norfolk Southern Railroad and Amtrak as we travel between Pittsburgh and New York. There is still a small visitor center located at the base of the curve, accessible by automobile only. It is open to the public during the summer and fall months. At one time, there was a small station stop here, but that was discontinued prior to World War II. Resting at the apex of the curve, you'll see an ex-Pennsylvania Railroad GP9 diesel locomotive number 7048. It was placed there in the late 1980s in place of the famous K4 steam locomotive to honor all those past and present railroaders that have served on this division of the railroad. Again, in just a few minutes, if you look off to the running right-hand side of the train, we'll be rounding the world-famous Horseshoe Curve. If you're seated at the rear of the train today, you might see our locomotive engine number 88 as it passes around the curve today.
Over there.